Hello, I'm Scott with Shoms Photography, and today I'm going to talk about the Godox MS300. I had a few of these sent to me, and I figured I'd do a review on them. Here we have, on this side, the original Godox BY180B. These are 17 years old. Reason why I have these is because a guy said that people couldn't take good pictures with cheap Chinese strobes. And again, before Godox became a name brand, here's their original strobe. Nothing fancy. But again, I got this out for comparison in size. These run about 39 bucks now. This one here runs $100. Over here you can see it has a 150 watt modeling light, which is not super bright, but works. You can see the flash tube is extended from the body. This is so that the flash tube bypasses the insert ring and gets fully seated into the modifier to fully illuminate the modifier and give you the most spread out of that from the flash tube. It is a Bowen's mount, has a release over here on the side. Let's flip this around to the back. Here you can see we have a LCD screen. If we turn this down, you can see this light's flashing. That means it needs to dump power before it actually gets to the power that's here. So if we fully turn this up, again, we're at full power there. It'll fire. It has a 1.8 second recycling time. If you are using these in the studio, and these are less power strobes and you have them at full power, you might want to turn on the beep sound. This way that you know when this beeps off that you can take your next shot, because the recycling time would be shorter on your 600s or your 360s or 200s compared to this one, because normally if you're using the other ones as your main fill, it's going to be a lot less power than these if you're using these in the background. So that little beep will go off and tell you when you can fire your next shot. All these buttons, I would highly recommend watching Robert Hall's video, and he goes through all the buttons and the features of this unit. Again, it does have a slave cell on the top. You have slave 1, slave 2. You have your modeling light. So we turn this on, we can go through power. So if I turn this down to 1/8, it'll drop down to, it's supposed to be equivalent to 1/8 power. If we push it again, now we're in percentage mode. We have to push this button here. We can go from 5% all the way up to 100%. We can just shut the modeling light off. If you short press, you'll go into your group modes, and if you long press, you'll go into your channel. So over here we have the cheater dip switch display here. So if you were using like an XT16, which is a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter, you can actually set your dip switches to make sure you're on the same channel. This unit will fire with the XT16, the XT32, the X1, and the XPro. If you're looking for more functions and more features, you might want to get the Flashpoint Mark II of this version, and that way it gives you Bluetooth, it gives you independent firing, plus independent modeling lights and independent beep sounds, where this one will not do that. All in all, this is pretty nice little compact strobe for a studio, or taking them to do corporate pictures or something like that, or events, and you don't have to worry about charging up batteries. These are, you can just plug these in. It's got an 18-foot heavy duty power cable. I think it's a little overkill on the thickness, but again, it's better to have more than not enough. The cord probably weighs about equal to the head itself. That's how beefy the cable is. Again, I find it to be a pretty decent little strobe. The color consistency is about the same as any other Godox strobes. it's plus or minus 10%, just like all the rest of them. But if you get one and you're firing and the color's off a little bit, you want to make sure you send that back and get another one. Because again, just because they're all made by the same company, it's the same model, doesn't mean they're all created equal. Just like camera lenses, you know, you can go through 5 camera lenses and one's going to be sharper than the other 4. So always make sure you test your equipment when you get it and see if the colors are evenly. Because again, if one shoots a little more green or more magenta from the rest of your strobes, then I would send that one back. Again, this is the Godox MS300. My name is Scott with Shoms Photography, and thank you for watching.